What is going on, my good people? This is your main man, Ben, here, and we are Talk Active. I work in technology field as PC tech administrator analyst for at least 10 years. I like cycling, boxing, outdoorsy things. We generally talk about current events, technology, sports, cryptocurrency, or sometimes by request. We are regular people with factual experiences. It would be nice if we can contribute to the universe. Let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? August 30th, 2021. End of summer, I must say. Kids are going back to school. It's definitely officially, especially here in Maryland, in Baltimore. My daughter and my son went to school for the first time officially. And yeah, fall season is, I can feel it. It's in the horizon. But yep, and man, I'm not ready for this. Yeah, we came back from vacation, and that's what we're gonna talk about today, guys. Exclusively on what do you expect on all-inclusive vacations, such as where we went. And I'm gonna provide you some feedbacks and what to do or not. But this is not our first trip, so I think I got a solid experience that I can share with you guys and give you some tips and all that stuff, maybe because it'll help out, especially on minor things that you overlook and then you might have had like regrets of not doing it when you come back at home. It doesn't sound right when you come back from home, when you come back from your vacation, man, so Monday. Oof. But that's what we're going to talk about. And yeah, let's check this out real quick. That's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you a quick peek. This is what vacation that we finished about. We went to Cancun, Mexico, and stayed at Playa del Carmen in Hacienda Tres Rios. So this is the second time around that we went to Mexico. And boy, I'm telling you, Mexican people are one of the best. I feel like I'm home because, by trade, I'm a Filipino. I grew up in the Philippines. I live in the Philippines for 20 years in my life. And I spent the rest here in America. I'm not going to give you those years because you're going to determine the age of Iron Man. I said Iron Man because I got a lot of rods, titanium in my body. That's why it's Iron Man. But whatever. Yeah. So I felt like my family had like a connection with Filipino people because we can speak Spanish a little bit. Philippines has been colonized by Spanish for hundreds of years, definitely. So we're familiar with, a lot of things that they do, siesta, merienda, stuff like that, which is, siesta when you sleep and all that stuff. After lunch, merienda is when, eat snacks. And a lot of things reflect on Mexican culture that I see in the Filipino culture. So we felt like instantaneous at home. So, yep. That being said, second time went to Mexico, and it was amazing, man. We were supposed to go last March 2020. Yep. Problem is pandemic hits. So you book to United Airlines. Guess what? If you have tip number one, if you have a plane ticket, and of course, we're economy. We don't have that, first class ticket. We don't have that. We're not that. But if you have economy, they will not refund you your dollar. No, they will give you credit. But if you have higher ticketing status like economy, higher than economy. There's one more economy, supreme or whatever, and then there's one more, and then first class. They will refund you your money. But if you just book for economy, there's an X amount of time that they will give to you. In our case, there was a 24 months grace period, a credit that was given to our ticket. So from March 2020th to March of 2022, we can avail those, extra credit that we paid. For example, there's 4 of us, me and my wife and my son and my daughter. So that probably, I would say, by the time that we bought it earlier, not 2020, so probably less than $2,000. But you know what? It's skyrocketed now. I mean, different things that's happening right now. I won't be more specific about it. Yay! Everything is much expensive right now. Yeah, y'all know that. Yeah, we're not gonna open that can of worms. But yeah, that being said, the originally went settled. All of us got ticket. But that being said, we added way more than right now because of tax, higher fees. And on top of that, my daughter went to the threshold from being 11 years old to 13 years old. That being said, she's not qualified for half of the payment of the ticket. It's same as adult. So that contributed as well. But we have to avail it because, March here is kind of winter. So we went for it. So like what I said, we stayed in Hacienda Tres Rios, guys. So we're going to talk about inclusive things. What do you expect on inclusive things when you avail these trips? Of course, there's always a catch. That being said, they're going to present you. They're going to try to get you to buy their, like, I must say timeshare. But this is not completely timeshare. This is owning it. Meaning it's like a condominium unit that you buy. You don't pay yearly fees like a timeshare does. They will get you to buy their real estate. Some kind of not real estate because they cost like $30 million. But in that range that it is not timeshare, but owning a piece of it. So you don't pay yearly things. Man, my tip on that one, if you have the guts to just be kind, be respectful, people are doing their job, and be polite. If you're set, and me and my wife are set of not getting any, then be polite. Let them do their job. But that being said, you're in a trip there. 7 days on our end, and we want to maximize our time. You don't need to ask and throw a lot of questions in there if you're set of not buying it. Because by the end of the day, tip number 3, these people are trained internationally. They deal with different types of people coming from Europe, coming from Asia, coming from America. So they know and designate specific sets of people. That's based on my observation on which to assign. So older people, excuse me, older people gets assigned on a very jolliest agent, happy-go-lucky and very easy to get a connection with the older folks. That's what I observe, because me and my wife, like what I said, was set on not getting anything at all. This is our second time around, and this is not the first time around for timeshare stuff. We had a lot of experience way back, in different stuff. But in Mexico, we already got this in the bags. But that would be the tip. Don't waste your time, but be politeful. The trip and the time that they try to get you to buy their stuff, I would say it will last around 2 to 3 hours. If you're quicker than that, then it probably be a little bit more time on the spot, but you'll never get it in that time spot, man. So they will get you. You might be sitting there for 5 to 6 hours. You'll be tired. And then when you're tired and you want to eat and all that stuff, some things are going to go around your head and you might get, hooked into that bait. And on top of that, they will serve a little bit more alcohol in your drink, especially on the dealing table. When I say dealing table, that would be the final step of they're trying to get you to buy their what they're selling. So they're gonna put a little bit more alcohol in there, but that would be the only thing I would say that will get you, that you're probably more regretful when you go back home. So I must say, just don't buy it. If you're there for the vacation, you got to have a game plan. And these people deal with people every single day. It's a tropical country, no winter. So they know how to deal with people. They got budget and all that stuff for management and all the education that they can get. So if you're set on just vacation, be respectful, let them do their job, and just put your poker face and do what you gotta do. Because these companies are really multi-billion companies. They will not lose. The odds are 50-50. That number didn't came from me. That's a fact coming from the person that we talked to. And there's a lot of good people in there, to be honest with you. When I say 50-50, if there are 10 people walking in that last stage in the table, 5 of them will buy. And boy, I tell you, yeah, that word regret, yeah, they're gonna get you. They're gonna get you. They're gonna pile up, especially in this pandemic time, you know, because that's the reason why we went there. Is that me and my family want to. We have this thing with me and my family. We just go. My wife knows that. We just go. We got plans. We book and load up all the cooler and all that stuff. The chairs, tents. We got a hotel. We go. 4 of us. Me and my wife agreed on this since we had our family. Because come to think of this, you have 18 years to spend from kid to adulthood on your family, especially here in America. So you want to have that 18 summer worth it to spend with your kids, because we all are in, borrowed time. So we want to spend a lot of time in it, because me and my wife had a personal time on each other. We ride our bicycle. That's our bonding moment, our new date. We're both cyclists. So we want to have that specific time where at least in a year we go 4 or 5 vacations. It doesn't need to be extravagant, lavish vacation, that needs a passport, especially, not being said, Mexico is special. So we put a lot of time and effort to do this. And this is one of like the vacation of the years for me and my family. So it's big. And the memories that we bank, oh man, it's big as well. So it leaves a mark to the children, especially on the young ones. And Maddie, my daughter, my eldest daughter here, she's 13 and best time of her life, so that's very important to us, because vacation, in my wife's own words, vacation is an experience that keeps on giving. If you get $1,000, you buy a camera, that's it. You get $1,000. If you got $1,000 go on vacation, you got to look back years and years and years. That's on you. It's perspective, and people have their own opinions and all that stuff, but that's on our end. But that would be the tip number 3. Tip number 4, inclusive resorts. Okay. And where we stayed at, there's like 5 to 6 restaurants in Hacienda Tres Rios. And boy, you don't want to get stuck on one restaurant. You gotta try every single restaurant has to offer. Okay. If you're hungry, then you can go to your regular buffet, unlimited and all that stuff. But it is wise to experience different restaurants inside the inclusive hotel that you're staying, because they offer a different type of taste, a different type of experience. And it's a little bit fun because you're going to plan it. Hey, you're going to call for reservation. Tonight we want to go to a Japanese restaurant. Tomorrow we want to go dinner at Italian restaurant down there, or breakfast we're going to go to the Mexican restaurant. It's a lot of fun, and the kids would appreciate different types of cultural food, and they can experiment as well. But on my end, my youngest Beckett, he wants a Mexican fries. He wants a Mexican spaghetti, a Mexican cheddar cheese, a Mexican chicken nuggets. It's all about Mexican because it's all there, man. But Mexican local coffee, bangers. Love it, love it. That would be the tip that I want to say. I know it's minor, but it's not automatic when you're there, when you're tired. You just want to eat, make a little plan for that one. It's a big impact. It's a big impact. Tip number 5, people there don't make a lot. I must say, if you're lucky, you get $10 per day for what they do and the amount of work and rotation. I've seen, I'm a good observer, and I've seen one servant or waiter that went through at least four in one day on different restaurants, and they rotate and they serve a lot of people. Man, bring tips. Tips are big in Mexico. So when we went there, $1 is called equivalent of 19 Mexican pesos. That's a lot. If they make $10 a day, even if you give $1 or $2 bill, that's big. Because if 20 people does that or 15 people does that, it helps a lot on the families, for the waiters. Because I believe they split it. Because, we give the money to the waiters, but there's busboys. There are bartenders. There are cooks. There are people that, because it's a buffet style. On the buffet style, it's not like in the past that you just grab in food and all that stuff. There are people that it's behind the pantry and you just have to point out and they will get the food and put it in your plate. So there are people like that. So I believe they pull the money together and they split, I hope, because it's not just all about the waiters. There's an entire team that does that. Because I know, I think in my limited observation, it's not enough for this, people that gets paid $10 a day for the amount of work that they put. And I have an appreciation for that. Bring a lot of dollars. It helps a lot. For me, it's better to give it in dollars. If you can convert it to Mexican peso, it's better so that they don't have to convert it themselves. But if you ask me, you don't want to go through the hassle, because when you convert a dollar to Mexican peso, you can go to your concierge in your hotel or where you stay at, and you got to bring a lot of documents, passports specifically, and you can make, conversion. For me, the passport always stays at safe, regardless. It's a very important document. Leave it in the safe and don't bring it wherever you're going. That would be last tip that I'm giving you. It's important document. Whatever happens, leave it there. But other than that, guys, have fun, man. I mean, we all got COVID and all that. Yeah. But don't forget that we still have a life to live. And you don't want to live a life that is a fearful life, because the battle has already been won, and that has been won by our Jesus Christ. And you don't need to live a fearful life. You just need to live the life that is honest and a loving life. That's all I want, man. I mean, if you're gonna get rich, then good for you. I hope you do it faithfully and honestly, and that's about it. But not all Johns will walk the same shoes with other Johns. We all got different shoes to fill. But other than that, guys, man, I tell you, vacation is bangers. And 7 days, that was really quick. And we got caught up in a hurricane there. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. The wind was whirling, and I woke up 3 a.m. and I was like, what in the world? The wind was just wishing. Woo! Just like that. Actually, my wife woke up. I can post some in there. I had it in my vlog. I like vlogging because I think vlogging is a step ahead on photos itself, because you're documenting and your family would be able to see that years in coming, and I appreciate those times that we went to Boracay. But that's an entire different thing. Excuse me. Yeah, so that's what happens. I mean, I vlog it, and it's so weird. I woke up 3 a.m. Wind was whirling, but my goodness, my goodness, there was no rain at that time. And yeah, it's a hurricane. Tropical hurricane is no joke. And I believe my wife also observed that at that time, a lot of other smaller hotels diverted their customers to our hotel, because Playa del Carmen, Hacienda Tres Rios is kind of a big natural, all-in-one inclusive hotel. And there's like 3 rivers, natural rivers. That's why 3 Rios is Hacienda Tres Rios is 3 rivers, and there's rivers in there. And there's, at the night of the hurricane, prior landing to Mexico, there's a lot of bus came over, and different people, a lot of different people checked in. So we believe that there's a lot of people went in there, because the following day we went to Xcaret, and man, the devastation of, you know, billboards and all that stuff. Most out of 100%, probably 85 to 90% were out, meaning they were torn out and they went down and all that stuff, man. So it was quite a big hurricane that happened in Mexico, man. But it humbled me, to be honest, you guys. I was contemplating a lot of things, you know, first world problems, you know, not big problems, but not being practical. And once again, the experience that paid out on me personally is that it humbled me. It humbled me a lot, that you can't just complain and just do it. And it's still perspective in people, but in my personal experience, that did it for me. It hit the reset button. Bam. Humbled my bad. But other than that, guys, we're going to close out today, man. One last thing. I'm going to miss the studio. This studio is going to be gone. Yeah, we've been moving a lot of things in the basement. Finally, after 13 years of living in my house, in our house, the basement would be finished. So when people will be finishing the basement, so I have to divert and get rid of all my studio and put it upstairs, and we'll see. Probably takes, I don't know how long it would take, but we're kind of excited because we want to use the living space. Finally, man, it's that time of the year. God is good, guys. I mean, stay in faith, love each other, and yeah, I don't encourage COVID shot. Speaking of that, I'm gonna get my 2nd shot tomorrow, but if you think it'll help your family, just do it. Other than that, guys, peace and love. Take care. Always remember, God is good all the time. Peace out.
I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see.